Good evening and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen Workshop. It is July 30th, 2026. It is 5:30 p.m. I will have the prayer on Tuesday night, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be with Vice Mayor No. Everyone should have a copy of the minutes from the July 2nd workshop, the July 7th public hearing, and the July 7th regular meeting. We will have a presentation on Tuesday from Ryan Lemasters. No one signed up for the public comment period. And then we will have departmental reports as usual. Moving on to old business, second reading ordinance 2026-12, an ordinance to amend Title 12, Chapter 6, Section 12-602 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding the residential code. This is second reading, but essentially this is just administrative cleanup of some language there, and there's no financial impact with this. Does anyone have any questions? Moving on to 6, second reading ordinance 2026-13, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2026-2027 general fund budget. And this is for a total of $503,054. It's split between the Oracle cloud-based for CAD and the police vehicles. Chief, the police vehicles.
Hey, I didn't do it this time.
Does anyone have any questions? Moving on to the consent agenda. We've got approve or reject city bids and purchases. First, we have the University of Tennessee contract purchase, equipment and installation services with Truckers Lighthouse for 4.
Did we miss one? Did I miss it? Let me catch up here.
We're on 7A1. You good? This is the for the 4 police vehicles.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you.
And then this is $72,568. Does anyone have any questions? Moving on to the Omnia Partners contract purchase, police vehicle, in-car video system, laptop, computer, and accessory equipment purchase from Insight for 4 police vehicles. That is $65,956. Does anyone have any questions? Moving on to 3, we've got a Sourcewell contract purchase renewal of the first due software platform for the fire department. And this is $31,751. Does anyone have any questions? And then moving on to 4, which is emergency purchase, ratify Sourcewell contract purchase, network equipment for the police department. And this is $36,409. Does anyone have any questions?
I just want to say that one was presented by Glenn Green.
Yes.
Not Chief Mays.
Still part of the police department.
Doing a bang-up job over here.
You, Chief. I'm trying to help you.
I appreciate it. I need some backup.
Moving on to B, approve open-end equity lease rate quotes with Enterprise Fleet Management for fiscal year 2026-2027 vehicles in the engineering, fire, and water departments. Does anyone have any questions on this? You should have the monthly and full year costs in your packet.
No police?
No police, just the fire department. Moving on to C, approve street paving and striping for fiscal year 2026-2027. This is about $1.29 million in striping. It's East near Schreibman, Constitution Avenue, Blue Lake Lane, Pine Ridge Lane, Lake Forest Drive, Tom Haley Boulevard, Ace Winnemeyer, Judge Mason, and Carmen Way. And there could be some additional ones just depending on how much the actuals come in at the end. Does anyone have any questions? And this does tie in with the study that we did a few years back where we were looking at the quality of all the roads with the city. So that was referenced with this. Move on to D, approve engineering services agreement with Griggs and Maloney for water system fire hydrant modeling.
You all are doing well, and thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. The proposal before you is for engineering services to expand the water system hydraulic model to include public fire hydrants and the calibration efforts associated with expanding the model in general. The purpose is to help relieve the fire department of having to flow every hydrant for their ISO certification and to help reduce the water usage associated with that effort. And it will also help with painting of the bonnets accurately to reflect their available fire flow. In general, this effort will help provide a calibrated hydraulic model for both the fire and water department's use. And it's been expanded from what we did with the water system master plan. This proposal amount is for $187,000 on a time and expense not to exceed basis, and it's estimated to take approximately 13 months to complete. Do you all have any questions?
And this is split between the fire and water departments. Any questions?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to E, approved memorandum of understanding with Motlow State Community College for advanced emergency medical technician training. This is just our annual agreement. It's a collaborative agreement with them to handle that training. Does anyone have any questions?
Hey,
Bless you,
Chief,
Jerry.
can that be open to PD also if they want it, or?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just covering all the bases.
Like a SWAT medic?
Been offered.
Sweet.
Would that change the cost?
I think the agreement says not to exceed. I think the dollar amount that's on there says not to exceed
18,000.
But is it for a certain number?
Class would not be available to them. They'd have to go back to EMT basic. This is the second class in that series.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which was C16.
Thank you. Moving on to F, approve a contract to audit accounts from Blankenship CPA Group PLLC for fiscal year 2025-2026. Again, this is a standard annual contract for auditing to make sure that we're in compliance, and this is the same company we've used for a number of years. Does anyone have any questions?
How much was it last year?
$45,000.
$45,000. This year it's $47,000. Any other questions?
Bruce was sitting on go with that.
Well, I remembered it when I changed the summary sheet from last year. So,
And I've been asking him a few questions about it today. So, moving on to G, approve agreement with Blue Line Solutions, LLC for school zone automated photo enhancement services. And I believe we do have a rep here from this organization. If you want to come up to the podium and introduce yourself. Chief, do you want to come up and speak as well? Yep.
Yeah, I'm one of the dumb ones. I read over that a couple of times. I need dummy terms, language.
Yeah, nobody's dumb. It's just not knowing. I'm here to give you some knowledge. Thank you for having me. My name is Ryan Moore. I'm with Blue Line Solutions. I'm a retired motor officer from Cookeville, Tennessee. Been in Chattanooga for about the past 6 years. What we did is we came and did a 5-day speed study through some of your schools. And I have, did y'all see the speed studies?
Do we what?
The speed studies? Okay.
We'll get them to you.
Yeah, we've got copies of them. Just one of them we did on the technology. Here we go. The school on the American Classical Academy.
Okay, on Ingram Boulevard. On Ingram Boulevard.
In a 5-day period, and this is from 7:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon, there was 19,998 cars come through there between 7 and 3:30 in a 5-day period school time. 19,988. Out of those, 3,719 were doing at least 11 over the posted speed limit. And you break that down even further, out of those 3,700, you had 1,935 that were doing 11 to 14. 1,303 were doing 15 to 20 over, and 481 of those cars were doing 21 plus in that school zone. Okay, I have another one.
I'm just curious, I'm sorry, why that school? Why did you pick that particular?
No, I did all of them.
You did all of them?
Yes, yes, sir. This
He's
is just
just
the
using
one
that
that
to
popped
explain.
up here. That's why I was trying to go through here and pull another schools up. This one was Laverne Lake Elementary on David's Way. You had 3,471 cars come through in a week. The traffic's not bad, but out of those, 1,241 were doing 11 over, which would put us, and out of those, 139 were doing 21 plus. The speed limit in that one.
21 over?
Yes, sir. They were doing, 139 of those cars were doing 21 over the speed limit.
And when was that study done? Was it here during the summer, or was it?
No, it was done after Christmas. It was probably like February or March.
Okay.
It was during the school year.
It was during the school year. The one on Simon Springs Elementary, we did that one. Your speed is 30, regular speed, 15 school speed. You had 19,064 cars come through there in the 5-day period from that time zone from 7:15 to 4 in the afternoon. 2,566 were doing 11 over. And out of those, 1,042 were doing between 15 and 20, and then 347 were doing 21 plus. And you have access to that to give them if they need it. So we put up little boxes, nobody knew what they were. Business as usual, we pull the data out. What we do if you guys decide to go forward, we use LiDAR. There's a big difference between radar and LiDAR. Radar shoots out a cone, and if there's a tractor trailer coming, and there's a car, and this car's doing faster than the tractor trailer, it'll pick up the cone of the tractor trailer. We use single beam LiDAR. So what we do in each school zone, you have the flashing lights. We come and put photo enforced signs. Then we put a sign on each end of the main thoroughfare of this school zone, a radar feedback sign. You've seen them on the interstate. Your speed is. So you have 3 warnings before you go into that school zone. On the side roads coming in, we would put the times, also photo enforced sign. So once you pass that threshold, you still have between 300 and 600 feet to slow down. However, the traffic engineering was that we set it up. Once you drive past that, you hit the pole, you still have 85 more feet to slow down because the LiDAR is pointing out in the middle of the road. What it does is it takes and measures time over distance. If that car is doing 11 over the posted speed limit at the time, it will take a picture of their license plate. Sends it to Chattanooga. We don't look at them until the next day because the school, you may have inclement weather, we don't want to spoil those. Our people are NCI certified, just like your police dispatchers. Our servers in Nova and Phoenix, Arizona, through NCIC, we're audited all the time. I was talking to the chief the other day. Myself personally, I have to take a test every 6 months to make sure I'm compliant to go in the back. We run those tags. They come back to you guys. We have a certified officer that goes over them, make sure they're good, send them back to us. We send them out. It's a civil violation. It does not go against your insurance. Does not go against your driving record. It's a $50 fine. That's it. It's a
I
civil
thought that was illegal.
You're thinking
No.
red light cameras.
No, this is under TCA code 558198. It addresses the school zone cameras. You can put them in school zones or
S-curves.
S-curves. Right. Yes. But what we want to do, this is to slow people down. I'll give you an example. Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. It's in Hamilton County, Chattanooga. They have 6 schools about the size of you guys, right? I did all the speed studies. We built all the equipment. They decided to go forward. We built all the equipment up. And I said, well, before we even do anything, while they're still working on this, I'm going to go put the armadillos out. Just by building the equipment, we cut speeding down 87% over those 6 zones. What it is, we're trying to slow people down. It's compliance, right? to slow people down. That's the big thing. You do a 4 to 6 week PI&E, public information education. You can put it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that kind of stuff in the.
Tiki-talk.
That's what I call it, TikTok. See, I got you to laugh. That's my to get you to laugh. Right there, you go. You started laughing. But we want, and then you can put it in the paper. In like Savannah, Georgia, every time they put school zones out, they would call the news to come out and talk. And we want everybody to know what's coming, right? We want everybody to slow down. So you got 4 to 6 weeks of that. And then the first 30 days that it's operational, first 30 calendar days, everybody would get a warning to come through that. So the main goal is to slow stuff down. Any questions so far? I'm trying not to go too fast. I can't talk.
Is that just in school zones?
Yes, sir. Just
That's
in
what
the
we're
school.
concentrating on.
Just in the school zone.
They can only go in school zones or S curves. That's it.
Right, that's it.
That's per state law.
I like it.
Your sampling, was that all day or was it just during the school
No, it was all
zone
day.
hours?
It was all day. You can enforce all day. Here's on the 15 in the morning from 7 to 8, just for example, it's 26, right? It would write at 26. The cameras are set at 8:01 if it goes to 25. Usually they double the speed limit, right? It goes from 15 to 30 during the school time. So from 8:01 to say 2:59, the speed limit's 30, it would write at 41. And then in the afternoon, it would switch back down to no. The reason being, you're still going to have buses coming in and out of school. You're still going to have kids. You got playgrounds. You got sidewalks. It's still 11 miles an hour over. You've doubled the speed limit. It's went from 15 to 30, so it'd be 41 before you had a violation on that. But people will slow down. I promise you. We've put them like in Georgia, like just for Savannah, as big as Savannah is, 94.9% reduction in speed.
So you have to be going 11 miles over
Yes, sir.
before it,
Before it activates.
They're giving you a grace of 11 miles per hour over the.
And that's a
posted.
lot in a school zone.
that is a lot in a school zone.
So like David's Way, where Laverne Lake Elementary is, that's 15 from near Shreveman all the way to, what is that road at the middle school?
All the way to the middle
Stones
school.
River
All the way
Road.
to the
Year
middle school.
round.
Year round, so it would be set,
If it would be set, if that's the speed limit, it would be set at 26. Yes,
That's
sir.
also a private road.
so with that being a private road, can we put it there? Or do
That's a
we have
county
to?
road, isn't it?
Yeah, it's their road.
It's-
It's not part of the city's.
So
It's
would we
not
have
dedicated
to
to
go,
us.
would we have to go to the county for that one then, or?
That I don't know. Mr. Cope,
So when you say private road, I guess it's owned by
the county.
The county.
On their
county,
property.
Yes.
I don't know, I'd have to check on that. That's a question.
Yeah, it's 15 mile an hour year round, all the way from David's Way over to, I guess that's Floyd Mayfield.
Yeah, Floyd Mayfield.
Yeah.
But all that road is, because it was
Yeah, that
still,
would be something we would have to, you would have to.
we'd have to go with
look
the
at.
county,
Yeah.
go to the county and check on
So
that.
what's your, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, oh God, help me out, Kara. Your fail rate or
Error rate?
error rate, false negative rate, I guess it is.
It checks the calibration of itself every single day, and then by state law, it is recalibrated by a certified technician every year, just like Chief has to have all his radars and LiDARs testified.
So, have you had a lot of people fight it in court?
No, but if they do, they have the right to, and it's no different than receiving a parking ticket for a handicap, right?
And how much money, if it's a $50 fine, does that, some of that come to us?
You guys get, yes,
25.
the way we do it, it's no cost to the city ever. You never get a bill from us for anything. The equipment's free. We ask for a 2-year agreement to recoup. It's about $75,000 per school zone we invest. You guys would get $25 out each citation. We would get $25.
Is there a, if you get the same tag number 3 or 4 or 5 times?
Is it
the
still
fine go up?
$50 each time, or does
It's
it go
just
up?
$50 each time. We would like for that legislation, they're working on some stuff, but like in other states, the first one's $125, the second one's $150, and the third one's gonna be, no, but it's not in the state of Tennessee. It's basically like a seatbelt ticket. In Tennessee, $10 is it. I think on the second one, it's 20, and that's you're done.
On the $50,
Yes, sir.
does that come to you or to us first? Who does the financial end of it?
We have on the citation, we try to keep all the work off the city or the sheriff's department, whoever we're working with. On the back of the citation, it'll have 3 ways to pay. They can call, they can pay on the website by credit card, and they go and they can see a 1 to 2 second video of their car, and it's got a red dot where the speeding, the LiDAR caught it, or they can send a check or money order in. Now, if they want to come to court, if you guys charge court costs, that's up to you. We have a court department. They would get with your courts of clerk and set up a trial date for that. It's no different than a leash law. You know, it's a civil issue, or your grass is too high, codes violation. It's civil. And if they found them guilty or not guilty, we would still need to know that. But if they found them guilty, we would still collect the citation money, and you guys would collect the court costs. That's up to you.
Again, so the money's going to you, and you pushing the money
and
to
then
us.
by the 15th of every month, you guys would get a report, how many citations were issued, how many were paid, collection, here's your check, here's your money. Yes, sir.
So we don't do nothing, we just collect money? Is that what I'm hearing?
You have to have in the TCA code, the Tennessee Code annotated 558198, there has to be a certified officer look at it, which to make sure, we've already taken all the work out of it, right? We've already said, this comes back to Lieutenant Mike Campbell or whatever. This is his tag number, this is his blue Ford truck. You guys would just look at it and send it back to us.
So we have that?
Yeah, they send us an email. We have an officer assigned to.
We got that certified officer?
Mike Campbell? Yeah,
No, everybody.
Not yet.
No, a post is the police officer's standard training. That's any officer has to be post certified to carry a gun in Tennessee.
But we don't
Yeah,
have
we're
that
also-
person identified at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So if this passes next week, what's the ETA on getting them? Unless I'm missing something, I think it
Well,
sounds.
there has to be a traffic study before it can go in.
That's for a third party.
Yes, and that's at each of the schools. And then at that point, then we can go through the process of getting them installed, but not until then.
Yeah, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint because there's so many moving parts in it. We have to make sure everything works right, and then we have to get with your public works to know where, after the traffic study's done, to where we know that the poles can go, this can go. It's a marathon.
So
I can
who
see
pays-
somebody shooting them things.
Who pays for the traffic studies?
We pay for it up front, and then they reimburse
We
us.
reimburse you guys.
Okay.
So it's still no money out of your pocket, but that's the way the law is written.
Are
So-
there any neighboring cities that use this program?
You've got Burns, Tennessee's had it up. Mount Pleasant's had it up for 4 years. Estill Springs, Smithville, Tennessee, Woodbury, Tennessee. Woodbury's coming online next week, but Smithville's been up and running. We're building the stuff in Lenoir City, Wartburg. We're doing 70 some odd school zones in Knoxville, Tennessee, Tusculum, Tennessee, and then we've got some Atoka and Covington, which is a little west of here, is coming. And we're working with Manchester, some different cities also. And then we have it. Our biggest account is Hollywood, Florida. We just signed them up. In Georgia, our biggest account that I worked the Georgia, Tennessee for 4 years, and I've just been working Tennessee for the last couple of years. That's a lot less driving, I can tell you that. But we've got them as big as Savannah, to Ringgold with one school, to Trenton with one school, Shreveport, Louisiana. We've got in Virginia, Malibu, California. So
Okay, we get it.
yeah.
How come we just now hearing about this? Or me, anyway, I don't.
Well, I met him after going to one of the Tennessee Chiefs of Police conferences, and he was one of the vendors there, and I was introduced to him, and we got to talking. earlier this year, or actually, I think it was
Yeah.
late last year.
Late last year.
Because then we got the traffic study going early in this calendar year. But it's just, when I found out about it, what I heard, it makes sense to me. And the biggest thing to me is I wouldn't care if we got $0 per ticket. If you're going to have an 80 to 90% reduction in speed in our school zones, our children are our greatest, assets, and it's worth it to me.
Maybe I'm like you. Maybe I'm a little cynical about that, but 11 over seems a little excessive. To me, it would be
You can set
5.
you can set it how you want to.
Oh,
There's
really?
we just kind of piggybacked off the Georgia law on that to set it in Tennessee, because at 11 in Georgia, but if you wanted to set it at 9, I mean, being an old motor officer, that was my number, 9 over, and we're going to have a conversation. I mean, but, that's up to you guys.
So it would go with a warning for 90 days.
30 days.
30 days.
30 calendar days, which would be
And
about
after-
4 school weeks.
And after that, it would be a citation.
Yes, sir.
Is that the proper word, citation?
Yes, sir. Civil violation.
Civil violation.
What if they ignore it?
Right.
You have the option to send it to the municipal collection agency, and it can't go on their driving record, it can't go on their credit report. And I was talking to Estill Springs today, and he said that they're using the collection place now because a lot of these people, you're getting their tags, right? And they may have moved and not got the citation, but you have their numbers and stuff, and they're doing really well with it.
Lord, I can already hear it. We're already hearing this garbage about flock.
I know, that's a.
Yeah, but this is,
I know what
This
it
is
is, but I'm
nothing-
just saying
nothing
that'd be
even-
another.
Fine, flock it up.
Yeah,
this is nothing to do with that. We're
Well, I
not,
can see some similarities though, right? If you're using pictures and, right?
Well,
but the
the only
police, but here's the thing, the police do not have the access.
Oh, okay.
They can't get in that camera, right?
Okay.
That camera's all in a secured server, and so they can't do what these other people have been doing
Okay,
with
that's
flock.
interesting.
Does all this
So it's just
sound
taking a
legal?
That's a
picture.
good bit to,
Right, yeah, they're just,
Tell
it's
it to
just
the
taking a
community.
picture of the tag, right? If you're doing 11 over, it comes to us, we run it, send it back to you guys, send out the citation. That's end of story.
So let me ask you, since we're talking about the images, who owns the images?
We keep them for up to 1 year, and they have to be purged.
Okay, because it mentions in here, I thought it was a minimum of 3 years.
That may be for another state, and that may have gotten in your contract. But each state is different that we deal with. I confirmed it today. It's 365 days over with.
Okay.
Does all that sound legal, Evan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then do y'all do any AI training or integration with y'all's internal system?
We don't do any, not that I'm aware of. The cameras are just a camera and a LiDAR. That's it. Takes a picture, sends it back to us. A human being runs the tag, sends it back to them. We don't do AI as far as that goes.
With AI nowadays, you can do all kinds of new things, such as make a whole new vice mayor with hair and all. So you've got all kinds of things.
Okay,
you
well,
can
we're
do
not
with it.
doing that.
Good.
Could I get this gray out of my hair with some AI?
So
If it gets to the point to where they don't pay it and there is a civil suit, are
We
we
can-
involved? Or?
We can send it, if you guys want to do the collection part, after 60 days, we would send it, we would send them 2 warnings, right? You need to pay it in 30 days. If you don't pay it, then maybe Tennessee's 45 days, then we would send it, would say, hey, you got 5 days, or it's going to collections. In Georgia, they have a lot of teeth in their law, so if you don't pay it there, it goes to GDOR, Department of Revenue, and they put a hold on getting your tag or your title. You can't sell your car until you pay your citation. Go ahead, sir, sorry.
Sound like more work for Evan and Katie.
So
It is what it is. Huh?
yeah, there's already been at least one review of this, right? But I do think it does need to say in here, about ownership, because I did not read that in there, and we need the change for the where you're saying it's 365 days, and what we have mentioned a minimum of 3 years.
Right, we can redline that. That's not a big
so
deal.
that would need to be changed. Chief, on your side, have you looked at how often y'all would do audits from our side of things?
Yeah. We haven't talked about it yet. My deputy chief is out today, but we would definitely want to be doing audits on a regular basis, and but more so from a performance evaluation. I want to make sure that we're having the desired effect here. So it's important to me. But there's, in terms of like the issues that some people are discussing about flock, there's nothing for us to audit there because we're not doing any searches. We're not doing any inquiries at all. They send us the email saying this person violated the speed, and we just have to have an officer look at it and then verify, yes, that's the plate, that's the verified speed, and then check it off, and then they take it from there. So there's no capability for us to do any sort of inappropriate data searches or tracking of vehicles or anything of that nature.
Okay, the person says, I wasn't driving my car.
That's a great statement.
So,
they can come, they can fill out a, and now, Vice Mayor, that's left my mind what that's called.
Dispute.
Owner's responsibility.
Yeah, like they can go and have that notarized and say, I wasn't driving the car, and come to the court. Right, but listen, if you're borrowing my car and you went through it and I knew you were driving and I wasn't driving, I'm gonna go pay the $50 and be done with it instead of having to go through the trouble of getting that, going to a notary, coming to court. I'm just going.
I mean, I'm devil's advocate, so.
Yeah, well, that's a good statement. Yes, ma'am. Good question.
And then this is a thought just from a perception standpoint, but you always hear people around the end of the month going, "Oh, well, it must be below quota, so they're out writing tickets." Instead of doing a percentage of all tickets, could we figure out either a fixed monthly or yearly rate? That way, there's not the appearance of this being revenue driven.
I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, because here's what's going to happen.
I don't understand that question.
It's going to trickle down. We have, I know, 2 sites in Shreveport, Louisiana. That's a pretty big city, right? That are 100% compliant. They don't even write tickets anymore. So it's going to dwindle down. And I understand what you're saying, but.
So how do you all make money?
They get the tickets for $50. We get 25. They get 25.
I understand, but if it dwindles down, Shreveport, Louisiana, you ain't getting no money, no revenue.
With that being said, you've got others that are not going to slow down no matter what, right? Mm-hmm. So it kind of balances out. Yeah, because you want to do the whole city, right? You can't say, well, this one's got more speeders, but we don't care about little Freddie. You got to do the whole city. You got, just the way it is.
And I mean, bear in mind, we're setting a speed limit. What we're going to allocate as the threshold, and then we're not involved. There's no officer other than the officer that has to verify the image and the license plate and the speed. That's it. We're not involved in the enforcement action other than that. So we can't go out there and increase the number of citations or anything like that. It's just not part of the system.
Does this need to be taken out of the consent, put by itself until you get all the wording right? Maybe get the whatever. Who decides on the miles per hour over? Is that us, you all, or?
Well, the board can decide that, and that can be part of this. I've already asked Bruce this morning to pull it out of the consent agenda and put it as new business. And I think Evan may need to look at it to make sure that those items, such as ownership and that time frame, all gets changed and updated so that set correctly for whenever we do decide to vote on this.
Mayor, do you mind if I ask the question?
Yes.
Another question. It's, so if somebody does dispute the ticket in the example that's been given, one of the examples given, who would come to court and testify?
We have a subject matter person that can come to court and testify on the workings of the officer that signed the ticket would be your officer coming to court, whomever that may be.
Okay.
But then we have a subject matter expert that
Would
can
come to court and testify.
They could come to court and
at no
testify.
extra charge to the city.
Right, no.
Okay.
And you guys are close too. I mean, this is like a hop and skip and a jump, man. When you have to go down to Kingsland, Georgia on the Florida line, that's a long way to go, you know.
And Evan, can you ensure that that's in here? Because I don't remember reading anything about that whenever I was going through the contract.
Yes, sir.
And if you however you work with the city attorney, if you guys can redline it, what you guys don't want, get it back to us, we can correct and get it right back to you guys.
So if we pull this from consent and we need the miles per hour, we need to decide on that tonight?
We can discuss it tonight, but ultimately, I would say, based on the conversation, to let Bruce know, and Bruce can aggregate all of that so that we can get it in, or we can include it with the motion on Tuesday night if we're voting on it Tuesday night.
Thursday.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Election day is
Thursday.
next Thursday.
Next Thursday, that's right.
Any other questions?
Way to go, Chief.
That,
You done good finding this.
thank you, sir.
I'm big on the speeding in school zones especially. Yeah,
It's one of the biggest complaints that we get.
and I can't wait to get it out on Tiki Talk.
See, I've got him saying it. There you go. I started something.
So who would be responsible for contacting the county on the one in front of Laverne Lake Elementary?
I'll be glad to take a look at that. I know the school board attorney. So.
The traffic study would determine where they go.
Yes.
So it very well could be that the traffic study has it at David's Way and East near Schreibman and Floyd Mayfield and David's Way, which are the two intersections, which the intersection would be public, but
Yeah.
so we need to see what the traffic study would dictate where they would be.
Yes, because we would have to go by that.
Okay.
We would have to go by the traffic study.
I just want to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Yes, ma'am.
I went through lots of questions and reading. Is that right, Chief Mays?
And I went right to my office and called this guy.
And I answered all his questions.
And just so the board knows, he drove up here today with just today notice of needing to be here. So very much appreciate that.
Well, I know when I read it, I was. So being that's all county stuff, are they involved in this in any
The
way?
county? No, because the schools are in the corporal city limits.
Except for the one,
It's all county schools and that.
We didn't do, the only one that I did not do is because is it the high school that ends up in Smyrna?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Well,
didn't even mess with that
The
because.
front area on Cheney is in Laverne.
Correct.
So,
But it's very short and you've got,
oh no, it goes.
Well, they did an addition now.
Yeah, it goes further back.
Football fields in Smyrna.
yeah, that's what, yeah, we looked at that. And we may take another look at that one and see if we need to.
But you'll
put up
do
some
that,
additional on
you
those.
will do that out there, correct? At the high school?
We'll have to go out because I was under the impression that part of the school zone by the football field that we looked at, part of it's in a different jurisdiction.
You would essentially want to look at the area from the Smyrna town limits to as far down Cheney as the school sign is for the school zone.
Okay, we would take another look at that. That would be.
Yeah, and the traffic study would tell us where to
Yeah.
put it.
Okay, so getting back to the traffic study, I guess I love the way this sounds, and I'm all about slowing traffic. Again, any kind of ETA, from the traffic study to the point of contact, is there any kind of ETA? Just a good guess?
Thinking after the holidays,
It
probably.
would probably, if, in a perfect world, if you guys got me the contract red line back, we get it right back to you guys and y'all voted for it on Tuesday night and the mayor signed off on the contract on Tuesday night, then you would have to get the ETA or ETI in here.
I'm not trying to hold you to it.
I'm just telling you, but I'm telling you the process. So it would be probably September, and then we could, as soon as we got that back, they take a couple weeks. You could probably start, if everything lined up, you could probably start building out in October and maybe have it ready by January.
Okay.
It's a marathon.
That's
you know,
fine.
and sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle and things don't. But if you speed it along and there's a lot of clogs in the wheels sometimes.
I'm sure we can have Katie work on it.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Moving on to H, approved contract with LJA Engineering Incorporated for the preparation of a sewer master plan for the city of Laverne. The ceiling price on this is $517,940. This is essentially a new master sewer plan for the city.
When was our last one?
It was back almost 8 years ago.
Correct.
And this would incorporate quite a bit because we've changed a lot since then, and there's more flow monitoring with this. So, and there would need to be a budget amendment. Does anyone have any questions?
Ceiling price is what?
It's basically $500,000.
I thought you said, okay.
Moving on to I, approve change order number 3 with Avenue Grading, DBA Barlow Incorporated for the Waldron Road Sewer Assessment Zone. This increases the overall contract by 42 days and $75,271. Does anyone have any questions on this?
How, I know we ask this every month, how far away are we from this getting started, widening?
It's really close, really close. This was a final connection to the force main, the existing force main, and it modifies how we did that. And a few weeks back, they were doing the startup on the pump station and the generator. So they had an issue with something tripping out over there at the pump station site, but we're hopefully by August 14th, we'll be done with it. But it's getting really close.
So just refresh, you're going to start, the first phase is going to be from Lake Road to...
With this particular project,
we got some confusion. This is Gary's going to answer.
This is involving sewer.
Oh,
you're asking questions.
Oh, yeah, I see what we're going, yeah.
Okay. This is a pump station.
Yeah. Waldron Road widening. The first phase is Blair Road down to Smyrna, Rock Springs. We should have the design finished November. Actually, we've told the engineer we're going to have the design finished or go forward, whether it's finished or not, November 1st, which should put us awarding the contract sometime around January. And we'll be starting construction shortly thereafter.
All right. That's what I needed.
Sorry. Back to sewer.
Gary was sitting back there, he was pouncing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this is for the new Ivy Point pump station.
Yeah.
I got you.
Any questions? Okay, thank you. Moving on to J, approved professional services agreement and scope of work with Navi Retail Incorporated for economic development services. Again, this is these next 4 are kind of the economic development suite of services that the city utilizes through economic development to help us recruit and identify new businesses to come into the city. Does anyone have any questions?
God, I wish I did so Tom could come up, but I don't have nothing.
I'm sure you could always talk about the AI components with Placer, which is the next item, approved agreement with Placer Labs Incorporated for economic development services. And again, this is part of that same suite of services. Does anyone have any questions? Next, we've got L, approve agreement with Sites LLC for tenant marketplace expansion services. Does anyone have any questions? And then the last part of that is approve agreement with R.A. Cohen for Economic Development Services. Again, does anyone have any questions? Should have had Mr. Cohen come out.
I would have loved that.
Moving on to new business. Resolution 2026-23, a resolution to adopt policies and procedures related to the consideration of petitions for the creation of real estate infrastructure development districts. This essentially sets formal guidelines for evaluating these developer petitions. Does anyone have any questions?
Just give me a for instance.
Like the IDD we recently voted on is an infrastructure development district with Mission Hills and Woodland Hills Phase 8. Bruce, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yes, sir. If you'll go to page 222 of the packet, which is page 4 of this document, and look at section 3.7. This is an option for the board, and we don't know which way you would want to go, but there's a requirement for developers to hold a community meeting. So you can either make that optional and strongly encourage the developers to have a community meeting, or you can require a community meeting, and it's up to the board what you would like to do.
My only question with that would be exactly who would they be meeting with, since these would be on homes that aren't built?
Be like the neighbors of this development.
Okay.
So we need to decide that?
That's an option, yes.
The way it's written now, it does require a community meeting. So if any of you would like to change that, you can make that motion at the meeting on Tuesday.
Well, for me, Bruce, I mean, do you want to change the word to show the immediate neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhood in the description?
Well, it says to give the public the opportunity. It doesn't specify exactly who.
So right now, this is, the way it's in there, it's, the public can ask questions and have meetings and such.
The developer would be required to have a community meeting with the public about this specific development.
So we need to leave that alone, and
That's up to the board.
that's my opinion.
I like the developers meeting with the community, because that way the community asks the questions and the developers actually meet who's, in that community, in the surrounding community. And I think it gives the surrounding communities a vested interest in the development. So, in attending the town halls over the last few weeks with the different developers, I've identified the importance of it, and it puts a face with the development, and the development a face with the community. So, yeah.
I concur with that, and I would like maybe also put in there at least one meeting.
Okay.
Because if there's lots of questions that don't get answered, they've got to come back. I think that just the meetings that we've been to recently, there's been some great input from the citizens, and I think to get their input is very important.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't even imagine why we wouldn't want to.
And I do want to point out also 3.6 does have in there that they're providing documentation. That's one of the things we discussed with the one IDD we approved. We requested that be part of it, and that's in here as far as a go forward for all futures. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay, moving on to 9. Resolution 2026-24, resolution to approve a land acquisition policy revision for the Blair Road West project, and this is dealing specifically with track 15, where a tree was missed during negotiations, and so this is for an additional $800 for that tract. Does anyone have any questions?
Is that the last one?
Maybe. We'll see.
Should be.
Things always come up, so.
Gary's gonna drag this out till he retires, huh?
6 or 7 more years, that's all. Resolution 2026-25, a resolution to accept a donation of a utility easement dedication along Mason Circle. This is dealing with the Spirit of Life Church at 247 Stones River Road, and where they're dedicating an easement along Mason Circle to the city. There's no cost to the city for this. Does anyone have any questions?
Is that where they're putting in the new sidewalks and all that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's the big church that was delayed for a while. Moving on to number 11, first reading ordinance 2026-15, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 17G, Group A, parcels 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Property consists of approximately 2.74 acres. Property is located on Rocky Talk Street. Current zoning is R1, single-family residential. The proposed zoning district is CC, Central Commercial Zoning District. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on June 30th, 2026, and we will have a public hearing on this Tuesday evening at 5:45. This is essentially the Smyrna Ready Mix. It's the property right behind it that they own. They have, and Joe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I believe we discussed this at Planning Commission, but they have removed all of the trailers that were back behind there.
Yes, when we discussed this at the Planning Commission meeting, they had moved the trailers.
Okay. Yeah, there were residential trailers back there. They will not be using the back side of this as an entrance or exit. This is just basically making their property back there the same zone as their property in the front.
That's where Mr. Luther lived.
Yes.
God rest his soul. How's the neighbors? Did they show up at planning?
They didn't, but I had some conversations with neighbors across the street, which kind of is what kick-started all of this, because there were some codes violations, and codes went out there and addressed that with Smyrna Ready Mix, and ultimately they decided to move forward with just rezoning this from residential and merging this in. In my opinion, realistically, if anything, this is just going to cut down on traffic for that road, because you're not going to have any residential down there. And since they're not going in and out through the back.
So no trucks on JFK and Rocky Top?
No, there's no access is what we were told at Planning Commission. Is that right, Alderman Coates?
That's correct.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to number 12, first reading ordinance 2026-16, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2026-2027 water and sewer fund budget. This is for $517,940, and this is where we talked about earlier with the LJA engineering for the sewer master plan. Does anyone have any questions? Seeing none, we're going to move on to Mayor and Alderman comments. Alderwoman Hobbs.
I have nothing for this evening.
Alderman Coates.
Nothing this evening.
Alderwoman Haas.
I would just like to thank the Laverne community and surrounding community that was driving up and down Murfreesboro Road Saturday afternoon. Thank you for your donations to the toy drive, the cash donations, and the toys. It was a huge success, and they will, Annalie and Amber will be posting pictures from it probably next week of how many toys we collected and stuff. So thank Laverne for showing up and showing out. The mayor got dunked how many times? 3. And I got dunked with ice once. So we
Very
really
chilling
appreciate
experience.
it. Yes, it was, but it felt good. It was hot. So thank you. Thank you, Laverne. That's all.
Vice Mayor, no?
Yeah, police and fire, you guys sent your workers out there. They did great. They hustled. They were literally running in the streets with a bucket, asking for money with no, I wasn't going to say nothing to Bruce. They didn't have on any vest or anything, but they looked good, so they were getting money.
Really?
Just throw us under the bus, sir.
Nothing to see
Get
here.
in the street again. I don't know. We'll throw candy next time.
A couple of you guys were.
There was no candy thrown. There was no candy
I
thrown.
want to talk about the dumpster.
Just so everybody give you a heads up, we got a couple of months, probably in October, we're going to have a big yard sale at the senior center. So I'll be bringing that up. So if you were thinking about purging your homes, hold on to it for a little bit. And also I will have another electronic dumpster if you have any electronics. So next month I will know exactly dates, times, everything, but it definitely will be in October.
So what day and time?
Date and time in October, but it's not totally locked in, so I don't want to say that.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, we had a fond farewell at the library this past month. Mia left, and so she took another opportunity. Did notice when it came to the ice buckets, even though he was out of state, Chief Mays did hop in and donate. But when I asked the fire guys where Chief Beasley was, no one had a clue. They said he'd been off grid.
Off grid, literally, no cell service.
So
He's in Memphis.
maybe at National Night Out you can hop in that dunk tank.
Have we
I've
set
been to dunk tank one time, sir.
And it's called Payback.
Have we set the date for National Night Out?
It is October 6th,
Yes.
Thursday, after our board meeting.
It's that first Thursday in October.
Oh, okay.
But and then I want to thank Katie, who with Sonic, they've been great partners over the years, and they did we had people pulling up, just handing cash out the window, people in other lanes. We had people cutting through the old CVS to donate toys or money, and it was just an absolutely amazing experience to be out there and enjoy. I came by just to originally donate some money, get some food, and I stayed till, about 3:30? 3?
3.
And so
Got dunked at 3:30.
So lots of activity was going on down there. It's great to see the community come together with that. But so thank you everybody who participated.
And Chief, just in case you all didn't know, tomorrow is Katie's last day at Sonic.
Katie Ferguson.
Katie Ferguson. So, in case, I know some of the guys know her, so I might want to go by and say hi or bye or whatever.
Well, with that, I call this meeting adjourned.